So Mackenzie's this girl. So she comes up with the story, Jared and Jesse. She comes up with the story. She's 23-year-old. She comes up with the story that she was grew up in foster homes and dealt with, I think there's a direct quote, but abuse. She called it lots of abuse. So much so that it was described by the Oxford spokesperson, whoever who spoke on her behalf after her admission, as a Rhodes Scholar. She was a Rhodes Scholar, which definitely means she's a smart chick.
Yes.
You can't be stupid and be a Rhodes Scholar. That's top of the line. Bill Bradley was a Rhodes Scholar, I believe, for the Knicks. Remember? Mm-hmm. So Mackenzie is so deserving of this prestigious opportunity. We're talking about Oxford. As a first-generation, low-income student and a former foster youth. It's just funny when and then the next word is Mackenzie.
Yeah, when you hear those words, you expect to hear Aladdin.
Yeah. It'd be funny if we said we only had one other student like this that came from that area named Baker. So Mackenzie is passionate about championing. Oh God, I hate when my stroke gets in the way. Championing young people and dedicating her life to public service. Then an anonymous person came forward, and you know who that was. Just probably someone from her high school going like, what? As it turns out, and I just want to say, she's from a suburb of St. Louis.
St. Louis.
Which is also where one of my favorite, how should we say, avatar creators in the real world comes from. My favorite is Jessica La Bomballera. If I remember correctly, and correct me if I'm wrong, she's also from a suburb of St. Louis. And when I mean suburb of St. Louis, it's not Ferguson. Although she probably told people it was Ferguson. Mm-hmm. She comes from more of a, how should we say, affluent area of St. Louis. A girl named Mackenzie is not going to be coming straight out of Ferguson.
No, she's not.
No.
But yet she probably told
Michaela
people.
might be coming out of Ferguson.
Yes.
Michaela. Yeah. Probably one of the greatest sketches of all time was the A.A. Ron.
Key and Peele?
Key and Peele. That's one of the funniest sketches. A.A. Ron. So, yeah, how could you make Mackenzie's name black if you were to Mac Enzi?
MC.
MC.
MK.
Maganzi.
Enzi.
Mackenzie.
Just shorten it. Chop it up.
Mac.
Yeah.
Mac Z.
Yeah.
So it turns out that Mackenzie is from, where's she from? She's from, let's just say she's from Beverly Hills of St. Louis. And as it turned out, her mom is a radiologist and her dad is, he's described in the article as middle upper class. But I think they're downplaying a little bit because when you find out how much Mackenzie's school cost, Mackenzie went to a private school that cost $30,000 a year. So, like I said, foster care has really improved.
Yeah.
I mean, they're doing a great job. I mean, the government's really pumping a lot of money into foster care. It was called, her school was called Whitfield. I mean, that's another thing. You know those schools, if they got a field in it, you know, Fieldston.
Yep.
Fieldtown, Whitfield. Yeah, there's a pedigree there. That is what you call a pedigree school. So it came out, after the 2014, Mackenzie is deeply loved by her mom and her family. Our greatest desire is that Mackenzie chooses to live a happy, honest, productive life using her extraordinary gifts for the highest good. Blah, 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 blah. This was from Fierston's lawyer? Who's that? Anyway.
So basically, they don't detail that her father was in her life, but it says that her mother was a radiologist, a divorcee. She grew up in a cul-de-sac in St. Louis, Missouri, and there was a case that her mother physically abused her, pushed her down some steps. Oh. But the mother said that Mackenzie just fell in an attempt to remove gum from Mackenzie's hair.
Ooh, well, that's yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds like she might have been pushed.
Yeah, she might have been. Yeah, she might have
thrown her down the stairs. I was trying to remove gum from her hair right at the top of the stairs.
So because of that background, people don't doubt that she may have been in foster care because she does have a history of a little bit of a tension with the mother.
A little bit of that.
Yeah.
Or the mother could have been like, "Let me help you out here. Let's make one story that sounds so you're not like completely a laughingstock," which is what a good foster mother would do. That's what a good foster mother would do.
You got to do that.
That sounds probably a little more likely. I'd love to hear from another couple of her classmates, just how bad it was for Mackenzie at that $30,000 a year school. Anyway, if it's your kid, you got the right once in a while to push them down the stairs if they got gum in their hair. I mean, if you got gum in your hair, that's bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. You could get pushed down the stairs. I just find that weird that the mother would admit that, The mother would go, "Oh, that Mackenzie's, she had gum in her hair." I feel like she might come up with a better story, It
didn't work because she was arrested and charged with 2 counts of felony child abuse or neglect and 1 count of misdemeanor assault in 2014.
Oh, she was arrested.
Wow.
So she was arrested.
Yeah.
So we stand corrected.
She may have been in and out of the foster homes, but not to the lengths of that she claims.
Oh, so was she actually in foster care?
I believe she was. Yeah, she spent a year in official foster care.
Oh,
but she just did a year. She
did 1 year. She got
a 10-day contract basically.
You got a 10-day
care.
contract.
But the way she's describing it, it seems like she was precious.
They were handing out 10 days.
Yeah, just handing out 10 days, son.
Right. Well, the low income, she exaggerated her story.
Yeah, she exaggerated. There's bits of truth, but she exaggerated. She may not be eligible for Oxford, but a Hollywood studio will pick her up.
Definitely eligible for a Hollywood studio.
Yes.
So she exaggerated. Allegedly. This is everything I'm talking is alleged all the way around here. We're just having fun with this story. It's news. I'm just reading the news article. That's all I'm doing. I didn't create the story. I'm commenting on it for laughs. Okay, YouTube? So this is an interesting story. So Penn and the Road Trust received credible information that called into question statements Ms. Fearson made. They conducted an investigation, considered evidence and arguments. I mean, this is over just the Rhodes Scholar. They had to go to court over this.
Yeah. They said in court that she didn't come from a hard background because her grandfather had graduated college.
Right. If first generation means the first in one's family to attend college, the widely used common sense, Fearson's answer would be plainly false. So she lied about stuff. All right, well, we get the story. She lied about stuff. Her mom pushed her downstairs. She spent a little time in foster home, allegedly. Fact is, she lied. So who do you blame? What are we doing? Is this the pressure? Because these institutions now they want to give off the impression that they're not fostering the same old, "Oh, you're privileged, we're letting people in." They want these stories. They want it for their own self-interest. They want Penn wants to be able to say, Oxford wants to be able to say, "Look at the good that we're doing in the world. We're not just reinforcing this same old hierarchy. We're letting people, come from upward mobility into our institutions. It's not just a pedigree admission. Their mother, their grandmother went there." Everyone's doing this thing. In theory, this sounds good, right? In theory, all these things sound good. Just like communism in theory sounds good. Or believing that people are good sounds good. Then you live a couple years and you go, "Oh, people are complicated." I wouldn't say good. I would say self-interested more than anything. Occasionally you'll find some good, but there's also a lot of bad. So is it the institutions that are doing this? Is it the social pressure? Or do you just blame this girl? Because if she lied about this, perhaps she lied about getting pushed down the stairs, perhaps allegedly.
Perhaps, yes.
Perhaps allegedly. Allegedly. I'm just saying people who lie. I mean, when does the lie start? Who do we trust here? Allegedly.
I mean, she really went through the foster system, so I think it's the pressure of the school, because The pressure of the school makes you feel like you're not enough, even though you may be, because she already has the perspective.
Now, did she have a fight with her mom because her mom didn't let her go to the movies or something? Was it
Probably,
like a real kind of...
Probably. I mean, she probably planted the gum as a form of retaliation. It's like, Mom, you won't let me go to the movies? Well, I'm going to walk outside and make people think that you're not a real mother because you let your child have gum in your hair.
Right.
So I'm going to embarrass you as a mother. And she said, I'm not having that.
Right.
Take your ass down these steps.
Right.
So that's what happened. But she has to look into herself. She already has a lot of perspective. She was born doing horseback riding. But also, she probably slept next to a black girl named Janae in a foster home. So not a lot of people have that perspective in life.
I would overlook the lie for that.
Yeah.
That really, she's really, that runs the gamut of experience.
Yes.
Horseback riding, and then
as someone who doesn't have parents in their life,
yeah.
Usually when you ride horseback and you don't have parents, it's because you grew up in the wild, wild west and you're going to kill your parents' killers.
Yes. Do you think she knows how to braid hair though?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe she got a quick lesson. Maybe box braids. I'm not sure about French braids. Those take a long time to learn, but definitely box braids.
Yeah. If she can do box braids, I'll look the other way and give her a pass and say, okay, she really did spend some time in foster care. Interesting story. I mean, look, there are people who make things up. There are people who can be manipulative. A lot of times those people are born that way. And there's just like, what can you do? I don't think this is Mackenzie YouTube. I don't think so at all. I think Mackenzie is an absolute paragon of truth, honor, and she's only in this for the greater good. She wanted to go to Oxford. She made this lie only so she could help others. I think because that's how people usually are. People usually care so much about other people that they'll lie in order to get into a position to help other people. That's my experience. Usually people lie for good causes, not for their own gain.
Yeah.
Not for their own gain. And some people, haters will say I'm being sarcastic. But I am being literal. I have found that liars are the most trustworthy people.
Yeah.
You know? Why not? I could say that, and there's people watching this probably going like, yeah, absolutely. She did what she had to do. She was going to Oxford because, Oxford is the only way to become a social worker and help people. Because I think she wanted to become a social worker, right?
Yeah.
So it's like she's got to go to Oxford to do that. She couldn't just go to some school in Philly, and then just become the greatest social worker ever. She wanted to go to Oxford. So either way, she's a smart girl. Hats off to her. I think that this should be looked at as a positive thing. This girl has great real world skills. Okay, she's obviously read the 40 Laws of Power many, many times. Telling the truth gets you nowhere. Okay, lying is the way you move up. Manipulation. Create distance between the person you create and who you are. Okay, Madonna, that shit. Do you think Madonna's really? That's not even her real name. Okay, I don't even think she enjoys wearing those outfits. Okay, she doesn't even have her own face anymore. Create who you want to be. This girl created who she wanted to be. This is the era we live in, I think, now. You can create who you want to be. You know what I'm saying? You're given a government. This is my government given name.
Yep.
Don't call me that. Call me the Robo Cheese from now on. I'm Robo Cheese Pappas. Okay? And that's J Harvin 15. And right there is fucking, right there we got Punchy Fingers. Punchy Fingers Scatoro. We call you Jesse Two Fingers.
Two Fingers.
Yeah.
Okay.
It would be funny, like, if you taught my daughter how to type.
She's probably better than me.
Yeah, well, she would start, like, it would be like another baby teaching my baby how to type.
Yeah.
Like, another baby would go, like, do this, and then you'd come in and be like, exactly, do this.
And then after 5 minutes to be like, whoa, slow down, kid.
Yeah,
right.
Slow down, you're going too fast. So shout out to Mackenzie, man. She's had a tough time. But you got to admit, foster care has really improved. It's really improved.
Got some great prospects.
They got some great prospects right now, and in a lot of ways, she broke barriers.
She's
a
got
lot
it
of ways,
all.
she's the Jackie Robinson of foster care.
Yes.
Being the first Mackenzie.
She's got it all.
That's like
son.
having a Carlton. That's like having a Carlton in foster care. There's just certain names you don't hear about in foster care.
You're not going to get a Dorian in foster care.
You're not going to get a Dorian. Okay. So shout out to Mackenzie. You're doing good. You ride that pony all the way to Rhodes Scholarship. Did she get it taken away? We don't know. Is she still at Oxford? Who knows? We'll follow the story.
Yeah.
We'll find out how Michaela does. We'll check back in on her
Hopefully.
in 38 years when she's pitching a fake tech company after many mail exchanges with Elizabeth. What was her name?
Holmes.
Elizabeth Holmes. I'm getting a lot of Elizabeth Holmes vibes here. That's all I'm saying. Allegedly, I'm getting some Elizabeth Holmes vibes. I'm just saying allegedly.
She's a protege.
Allegedly.